Hello everyone, it's me again, Christian from Microsoft. And today I'm going to guide you through the different report element types available in ancoreShare extension. So we will explore each type to see how easy and simple it is to enhance your reporting capabilities in Qlik. And for that, I have prepared a report. And let's break this sample report down into its elements. So we have text elements with Qlik expressions. We have kind of logo, which is an image, line, TOC, table of contents, floating texts, charts, and finally tables with multi-column repeater, pivoting repeater, formatting values. Okay, let's see how to build reports like that. Going to add a new report on my screen. Open my preview window, my live draft, add elements, and make it full screen. So we start with the default object, not with the default, but with the text object, and create this header element on the left side. Sales report. And as soon as you type in the text, it will appear on your canvas on the left side. Give it a name, header text. And of course, if you want to, you can change the text and add, or not change, but add additional Qlik Sense expressions. Just by click on expression editor and give it an ampersand. Today is the formula we're going to use. Apply, and there we go. If we like, we can go by changing the font to some larger font and make it bold. Wonderful. Okay, change the color and so on. Important to know is that a text box that appears on the screen like that occupies more width than you see here. It's always 100% by default. Better to understand when I'm going to change here the border, and you see now that is the size that this text box original has. And if you want to add another element on the right side, we need to shrink it. Okay, so shrink by size from automatic to % of size, and we shrink it by, let's say, 30%. And you see now it fits perfectly. If we would go lower, like 20%, it needs to create line breaks, so it will change the height. But that is done automatically. You don't need to care for that. So 30%, and we have our text box on the upper left side. So we don't need the border anymore. That was just to see how large this object in real is. Okay, and finally we need to change the position of the object from body to header. Then it will be repeated on each and every page that will be created. Okay, done. Collapse and add the next object. And that will be our logo on the right side. And the logo can be a text and image object from Qlik, original, that has been set with a background image, so the image will be saved with our application. Very important. Okay, object, select Qlik object, add the object, and we need to go to our current report elements page, select that, and you see it has this orange border and shows me that is a text image, and we need to set it up anchoring on the right side of its preceder. That means it will be anchored on the right side of the preceding element. Apply. And the next step, before it will appear on the right side, we need to change also the position to header. So that knows, okay, I'm a header object, but I'm on the left side. That is because we have not set the alignment to right. Okay. You see the text object, the image object is shown as a placeholder. That is because while we in live draft, we do not render the images. We'll do that, change that in a second. Let's finalize this with a line object that is below, a little bit more thickness. Change also the color of the line. Yeah, why not? That's okay. Cool. And also set this guy to my header. Now we can change to preview. Let's see, I change to the original image. Let's see it in a PDF. Very good. Okay, like it. Good. Let's go for the text objects. Add element. Switch over from object to text. And this will be our summary text. Or I have prepared already a text for my summary here. And paste it here. You can use expressions, variables, whatever you want, or just copy and paste text from the clipboard. And we have it here on our screen. Great. Okay, call it summary. And we are done. Next object type is charts. Charts are added as an object. Add element, object, select Qlik object, select the sheet, worksheet where your object resides. Going for my KPI dashboard. I know in my KPI dashboard I have my margin here. Apply on the screen, and it's part of my report. The same can be done with the second element. Select Qlik object, click the object, and now we want to have it on the right side. So it will be in the middle. The only thing is it's not centered. I want to have it centered on my screen. So down, position, center will be aligned perfectly. And the same we will do with the third KPI. Select, click, right align. Sorry, anchor right, and finally right align. And there we go. Okay, so we have our header, we have our summary, we have our KPIs. Let's conclude that with a nice pivot table. Add element, object, of course, select Qlik object, and we can go by our budget analysis. There we have a Qlik Sense pivot table. We stretch it because the original size will be too small by 100. Apply. And again, it will be part of a report below our KPI objects. And since we're in live draft, it will create a preview with 10 rows. I deactivate for a second preview of the row. I don't need that for that. And because that is the next step, we will conclude that with a TOC. And that is our last element. The TOC will not be here on the last page, but we drag it up here before our summary. Or not before the summary, we drag it up. Oh yes, yes, below the line. An element type, and the object is table of contents. Good. Okay, and you see we have a lot of information with summary, KPI A, B, C, and the pivot table. But the texts are ugly. We need to change the text by default. It will take the texts that we have added here, and it will also do a TOC for the summary. We can get rid of that by switch over to TOC and say, no, you're not in my TOC. The KPI here will be called just KPI in my TOC. Just KPI. And the other two, I remove it because I don't need it in my TOC. They are all aligned with the first one, so they don't need to be in my table of contents. And I finish with my pivot table, and I call it, you might see it's here, sales rep, sales, regional sales. No, sales. Yeah, that's okay. I almost forgot, there is another very important object type that we have. That is the sheet object. So we can have also complete sheets instead of adding elements by element. But as I always say, a worksheet is not a good report. You see it with the pivot tables that has multiple pages. But if you need, we have it. And we can go by the sales rep performance sheet, and it will be automatically on my second page, and it will add it with all the objects in that too. Okay, I think that's it. We can switch to our preview, and as you have seen already, what it does, it gets all the objects, adding to my report, and perform it as a PDF and show it on my screen. And there we go. 5 pages with our worksheet, with our pivot table, multiple pages, column repeating, formatting, and finished with our worksheet. All right. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and I hope it helps you to see just how simple and efficient reporting in Qlik can be with our tools. And don't forget to check out our other resources for more tips and tricks. And like and subscribe for the latest updates. This is Christian from Ancoresoft, signing off for today. Happy reporting.